I am Precious Muzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon and welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. LUSAKA businessman survives mob justice on suspicion of harboring a dead body in the fridge. Mourners continue to struggle to bury the dead at CHINGWERE burial site. Details coming through after this commercial.
The Agriculture and Commercial Show is back, bigger and better under the theme Innovation Through Technology. And as Camnet TV, we are here to transform your business through our technology. Advertise with us on discounted rates during the month of July and during the Agriculture and Commercial Show. Special price package for live stunt interviews, on-screen product placement during the coverage of the show. For more details, call the following numbers. Camnet TV, not just another channel.
And now the media news in detail. LUSAKA residents have bemoaned the poor state of LUSAKA's CHINGWERE cemetery in Matero constituency. A check at the cemetery by Camnet News found some mourners who explained that the cemetery is full to capacity and people have been forced to bury their loved ones on pieces of land which have already been used.
The LUSAKA City Council is on record of having trashed observations by members of the public that LUSAKA's CHINGWERE cemetery is full to capacity. A check by this journalist reviews that the cemetery is out of burying space as mourners struggle to bury their loved ones due to scarce burial space. Some mourners found at the site explained the status of the cemetery.
Sometimes on our kumba ati apali box ya olo pali muntu bacho sapo baikira other side so kuno nchite manda yose ni yozula kwa nini mzae ndio mwende ukuso mzapeza ni kwa kudala kwa kumetuona kwanza so na space kulibe bakumba chapa pinda mula chani doti amine kulili kuno kupinda mula che doti ekayeka pinda mula so yose doti yose ni bantu wonse mine muona doti amine ni bantu chapa apinda mula chapa na mine kulili kuno kuchingwele yeve mande yeve
they're just squeezing. There's a person they have already buried here, they just squeeze you at the middle part. So they should just create another space so that they can bury us properly. Because when you go to a bury site, someone is burying 100 meters from you and there are someone 300 meters. So that's not good. They are supposed to have another place where they can people bury properly, so that you don't have to panic on digging the...
While concern over the shortage of burial spaces has been persistent, to others it is business as usual despite the LUSAKA City Council calling for an end to the vice.
20 kwacha maegi, 3 kwacha. Okay.
But this narrative has unsettled some mourners who feel the country has lost values and morals owing to lack of respect for the dead.
Ogulisa bapaka agulisa mamoba chani vosiana siana na nsoni walibe balasti paka ena zambo pika na sima kwa mene kuno so aba bantu tipempo kamba kuti muzibe nawo vochita kuno siku malo yogulisira ko vakudi yayi siku malo yamene tingakhale tidyera ko vakudi yayi ano ni malo ya chisoni yakuti tonse tichoka kumanyomba tibwera kuno bolo ulira bati benango bakumwa mamoba bakolewa baona monga ni masobe
ngati Zambia we call the Christian nation. Why stinga lemekeze mali tifuni ko lemekeze mali kwa maliro ni chintu cholema maningi bali mu waona ka maliro ni chintu cholemekeza maningi chifukwa ngati ufuni ko zindikira nanga ngati ndiwe wafa olo ngati maliro ali paliwo banza kwa kumwamo. How do you feel? So baboma bayanganepo abasekile ko bapereka abantu bakulisa.
When reached for a comment, LUSAKA City Council's communication unit told this journalist that it was consulting the Public Health Department. Nelson Zulu for Camnet News in LUSAKA.
Man of Lusaka West survived a mob of residents whose intentions were to burn his butchery on suspicion that he has been keeping dead bodies. Speaking to Camnet TV, residents of CHINGWERE Ward 8 said the butchery has been emitting a bad odor for some days, saying they were alarmed the moment they spotted trails of blood leading to the butchery.
Tempers flared in Lusaka's CHINGWERE area Thursday afternoon after a mob of residents stormed a named butchery in the area on suspicions that the owner has been keeping a dead body. The mob in loud voices were calling on the owner to open the butchery so that they inspect what he has been hiding. Details on the matter are that a Mr. Sante Chimonyo of Lusaka West area has been allegedly accused to have been holding a dead body in his butchery owing to the fact that residents of CHINGWERE Ward 8 have been smelling a bad odor emitting from the butchery, and that in the early hours of today, residents had spotted some trails of blood leading to his butchery, which has been non-operational for almost 4 years now. However, when the matter reached police, who rushed to the scene with Lusaka City Council Public Health team to inspect the named butchery, only a number of dead and rotten chickens were found in the said butchery. And speaking to journalists, the owner of the shop, Sante Chimonyo, had this to say.
It's not working at the moment. The shop does not operate at the moment. Except our cold rooms were working. And now, because we are keeping chickens in Lusaka West at the farm, so we had challenges on how to keep them. We had to bring them in the cold room. Okay? So now, because we are not working, it took us time to discover that our cold rooms were vandalized. Are you with me? So thieves went in behind, we don't know how. It took us over a week, because we are not always here, to discover that actually where we keep chickens, the cold rooms have been vandalized. And I should be honest, when my workers came to check, they heard the smell. That's how we discovered that something is amiss in the shop. So we came, my wife came yesterday, opened the shop, that's when they found what we found here.
Meanwhile, CHINGWERE Ward 8 Councillor Ruben Mwenya says the matter will be followed up to its logical conclusion.
We are in these premises where we've discovered that there were a lot of rotten chickens that were kept here. So we are just trying to see how we can conclude. So we are seizing all these chickens, and apparently there are some chickens that were picked from this place last night. So from here we are touring to see where those chickens were taken before they can be exposed to people.
Though Mr. Chimonyo claims that his butchery was vandalized 2 weeks ago, thus leading to his chickens rotting, residents do not seem to be convinced. Mr. Chanika reporting for Camnet TV News in Lusaka.
Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkombo has attributed the delays in the approval of empowerment loans under the Constituency Development Fund to the fact that his ministry is still in the process of determining which financial institution to work with.
The increase in constituency development funds from 1.6 million kwacha to 25.7 million kwacha by the United Party for National Development UPND administration came with various critiques from some sector of society, including the opposition leaders who believe the initiative is a hoax that will amount to nothing and its implementation will be a failure. However, the government is determined to prove its critics wrong by ensuring the success of the implementation of the projects under the 25.7 million kwacha constituency development funds. To that effect, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary Nkombo has told Parliament that his government has so far released a total of 2,205,365,577.12 kwacha for the implementation of CDF projects. The minister adds that all the 156 constituencies have so far received a total of about 6.4 million kwacha each.
This entails that each constituency has so far received 6,433,695.67 kwachas, which includes the costs of administration.
Mr. Nkombo also says all projects under CDF have been approved except empowerment funds, adding that the government is still looking for a financial institution to engage in this matter.
My ministry has made much more progress in approving proposals for all the components except the empowerment loans, which is now still a subject of the determination of which financial institution we are going to go with.
And in order to improve the uptake of the 25.7 million kwacha, the minister says his ministry has also adopted a 10-working-day turnaround policy, which demands that the administrative processes for the approval of projects, programs and beneficiaries for various components be undertaken within 10 days of receiving the proposals.
In further streamlining the administration processes, my ministry has effected a 10-working-day turnaround policy. This demands that the administrative processes for approval of projects and programs and beneficiaries for the various components will be undertaken within 10 working days following the receipt of the proposals at the ministry. Thank you. It is expected that this will result in increased uptake of funds by respective constituencies.
He has since appealed to all members of parliament to ensure all applications are in line with the guidelines to avoid any inconveniences. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Leadership Movement President Dr. Richard Silumbe has advised the government to focus on primary jobs as opposed to secondary jobs in order to spur productivity levels in the country. Dr. Silumbe notes that while it is commendable that over 30,000 jobs have been created through the recruitment of teachers and the pending staffing of 11,000 health practitioners, more still needs to be done in the production sector.
Pronouncements, I don't celebrate pronouncement myself. We believe as leadership movement that only our toil, only our labor, our sacrifices, our production machinery is what is going to earn us the lot that we want. If we continue selling our natural resources, talking about the biggest nickel mine, when we can produce our own nickel in Zambia and be able to sell and secure, we should be learning from the Eastern Bloc. For God's sake, imagine these Western countries, they abused Africa from 1500s. They got cheap labor, slaves, they produced, they made serious investment, reserves. Then they said, now we cannot run businesses. Now we'll be giving for our people money so they can go and exploit Africa. And this is what they are doing. And this is why they are getting oil natural resources. They've told your government that government should not participate in business. You should just sit down and wait for these foreign investors with their money to come and exploit our resources. And yet the Eastern Bloc doesn't believe. They've never been brainwashed by Western countries. This is why when you go to Saudi Arabia, they are running.
Lusaka businessman survives mob justice on suspicion of harboring a dead body in the fridge. Mourners continue to struggle to bury the dead at CHINGWERE burial site. Thank you for watching. I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Good afternoon.